Greyman! 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 Holy YouTube video, Greyman!
Greymaniacs gather around once again, Greymaniacs, when we go through the second part of my Avengers West Coast collection. Collectione. Right, we did the mini-series and 1 to 52 last time. We're going to go 53 to the end of the run. Enter the UFOs. This is an Acts of Vengeance crossover when all the villains changed heroes. So they were fighting people they hadn't fought before in the hopes that they'd get better results, but they didn't. They didn't get any better results. This cover looks slightly familiar from somewhere. It's obviously a parody, not a homage to Fantastic Four's first appearance, I believe. Alright, I can't bother to read the bits. Do you need me to read the bits? You can see them. You can see what they're saying. Let there be an ending. I'm guessing this is the ending of the Acts of Vengeance. And here we have the witch is back, darker than Scarlet. Yeah, she lost vision because he got made. When he got refixed, he lacked all his emotion again. He didn't have really memory of who he had been, who he'd developed into. So he was just cold and like he was kind of like reset, emotionless, and that didn't help Wanda because obviously she was married to him and she loved him. He had loved her, but that had been lost from him. And also she lost her children because they weren't really there in the first place. They were magical constructs that she created, and that made her go a bit mad. I'm not going to say cray-cray this time. I'm not going to say cray-cray. That's a stupid thing to say. But and as we'd already seen, her brother Quicksilver had his own little mental breakdown, and he'd gone back to the evil side. Because he was always a bit of a pompous, overbearing kind of fellow, old Quicksilver. And of course their father, if he was their father, I can't remember what the continuity is now, whether he is their father or not. Magneto, yeah, family reunion. The day the earth moved. Versus the horror of Hydro Man. Deluge. Hydro Man actually should be played as a much harder villain, to be honest. Because you can't punch water, can you? You know, you can't shoot arrows at water. I suppose you could, if you got a freezing arrow, you might be able to freeze him or something like that. Or yeah, actually a real tough villain to fight. Same with Sandman, really. Rematch with Magneto. Enough said. Avengers West Coast versus Immortus and the Legion of the Unliving. Oh look! The Swordsman's back. I told you that guy had more appearances as a dead person than he ever did as a living one. In fact, I don't know if I've ever read a comic where he was alive in. I don't know, actually. Oh, dear. I think he might actually come back to life in the later Avengers run that I've got. I'm sure he's in there as well, but I can't remember if he's alive or he's come back. Oh, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Right, in final battle against Immortus. Oh, look, he's sucking the life out of Wonder Man. The original Human Torch versus the Living Lightning. Guest starring Captain America. Definitely changing all these bags before I put these back in the box, because the sellotape has gone all sticky. I hate sellotape anyway. Try not to use sellotape in the future. I certainly don't at the moment anyway, but when I replace them, I try and replace them without sellotape again. He's back from the grave and ready to party. Fear the Reaper. I thought you were supposed to don't fear the Reaper. Don't fear the Reaper. Try to remember the name of the band who did that now. Oh, who is it to Don't Fear the Reaper? I can't remember off the top of my head. I do know it, but I can't remember it right now. That's my task for this video, to try and remember who did Don't Fear the Reaper. Ultron 13. Avengers 0. Like a sports score. By Avengers Betrayed, The Reaper and the Robot, Part 3. So is Wasp actually part of the team now? I'm guessing that's Wasp. Wasp and Hank together. Not sure. The Reaper and the Robot, Part 4. Robot Holocaust. Featuring the first appearance of Majorette. No, she's not a character. I'm guessing the robots have attacked a marching band. Majorette would be a good costume. This would be a good character. She would. Look, she's got a Majorette's staff. She's got that cool outfit. La 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 la. Don't ask me where that came from. Hawkeye versus the US agent. Enter the Pacific Overlords. Guest starring Spider-Woman. That's the second Spider-Woman, not the original. Not Jessica Drew. Oh, I can't never remember what the second one was called. Damn. Not only can I can't remember who did Don't Fear the Reaper, but I can't remember the name of the second Spider-Woman. Darn it. Pele, Goddess of Fire. And there's Sunburst in the background as well, I think. Is it Sunburst? I believe it is. Irazumi, the Tattoo Spirit. Against the combined powers of Jawbreaker and Cybertooth, will an Avenger fall? God, that art, I'm not sure about the art on this one. The dimensions of Wonder Man seem pretty weird. And the villains, I don't know, maybe I'm just being too fussy. Something about Wonder Man's chest, he looks bigger than he normally is. But maybe he was in a, I don't know. Number 74. Got the team running towards the front cover. And it looks like Wanda is back. Maybe she's no longer mad. Yeah, and Wasp is definitely there. So Wasp must have joined the... I don't remember Wasp being in the West Coast Avengers, because she was always like East Coast Avengers, wasn't she? She led them for a long while as well. I completely forgot that she was ever in the West Coast ones. Space Special giant-sized blockbuster. Pawns of Archon. Pawns of Thundra. Yeah, I thought so. Archon and Thundra were from the same universe. I'm sure Thundra's world was like an Amazon kind of world. But then there was the whole story with Machismo in the Fantastic Four. I think they're making a video special about that, actually, about the world of the Amazons and the world, or dimension of the chauvinists, shall we call them, with Machismo. That was a crazy story. But whether I ever get round to making a video about it, I don't know. It's not really worth it for the amount of views that I get. The Ghoulish Return of the Night Shift, Part 1 of 4, Infamous Monsters of Filmland. Here we go. Night Shift again. Or as it should be called, the original Spider-Woman's Rogues Gallery. You have to watch the previous video when I talked about them. Wonder Man, Hawkeye, Iron Man, US Agent. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to read them all. Part 2 of 4 Infamous Monsters of Hollywood, it says. Oh, did I say... Oh, Filmland it was before. This time it's saying Hollywood. It's like they changed the name of the story. And here it's Infamous Monsters of Filmland, and here it's Infamous Monsters of Hollywood. So they've got the name of their own story. Wasn't Infamous Monsters of Filmland the name of a magazine that used to be around at one point? I seem to recall. Maybe they got copyright struck for it, and so they changed it to Infamous Monsters of Hollywood. Who knows? Anyway, it's featuring Night Shift and Satanish. He's kind of like Satan. He's like Satan-ish. Kind of Satan-ish, you know. He's a bit Satan-ish. Mephisto's a bit Satan-ish as well when you think about it. No, but it's Satanish. He's got a mouth on his stomach as well. That seems to have superheroes in it. That's not a place to be. That's not where you want to be, guys. You don't want to be in the stomach of the monster. I'm not sure why Night Shift are being bad. Well, they are bad guys, kind of. Bad guys, but not bad guys. The Hangman Cometh, Part 3 of 4, Infamous Monsters of Hollywood. They've stuck to the Hollywood title. I believe the Hangman became part of the Night Shift at one point. And I'm sure he's another Spider-Woman villain. Pretty sure he was in that Spider-Woman run. The chilling conclusion to Infamous Monsters of Hollywood. The finale you do not want to miss. Guest starring Doctor Strange. Guest appearance from Etrigan the Demon by the looks of it. He looks kind of Etrigan the Demonish, doesn't he? There's a bit of Etriganish about him, but he's like Satanish, but it's Etriganish. Makes sense in my head. It doesn't have to make sense in your head. As long as it makes sense in my head, that's all that matters. Right, and from Demons we go to Galactic Storm. Operation Galactic Storm Part 2. Kree versus Shi'ar versus Avengers. There we are. We're going to Part 9. Part 16. It was a really long running blinking story, this was. It must have gone over about... Let's have a look. So it goes from Part 9 to Part 16. So it must have gone over 7 titles? 6 titles? What's the maths on that? I can't do maths. Yes, it went over quite a lot of titles. I think it was Avengers, Captain America probably, Iron Man maybe, Quasar maybe. Oh, I can't remember. West Coast Avengers. Right. Oh, what's happened here? Alright, so I thought some of my sellotape had got onto the comic. Right. In the hands of the hyena. Is Quicksilver on the side of the good guys again? And is that Human Torch? The android Human Torch who's being attacked there? Is he still part of the team? Who's that meant to be? Is that meant to be Hank Pym? He seems to have some kind of mask on. Or just that? Is that just some bad inking or colouring rather? Starring Spider-Man, Avengers West Coast, face to face against the Death Web. Spider-Woman's origin. Still trying to remember what that Spider-Woman's name is. I keep thinking it's like Charlotte or begins with a or Sandra. Yeah, it's one of those ones that for some reason doesn't stick in my head. Caught in the Death Web, because every time I see her, I think, oh, what is her name? Sometimes I remember it, sometimes I don't. It's like the Demons 3. I was talking about the Demons 3 DC characters, and I remember Gast and Wrath, and I always forget the third one. But I actually looked it up again yesterday because I was having a chat on Facebook about it. Abnegazar is the name of the third of the Demons 3. Nothing to do with Avengers West Coast or even Marvel Comics. Spider-Woman at the mercy of Death Web and the Manipulator. The chilling finale. Part 1 of a 2-issue chiller in the frozen Canadian wilderness. And if it's frozen Canadian wilderness, then who have you got to have as a guest star? I'm guessing that's Wolverine. The Ultimate Cold War. Oh yeah, featuring Wolverine. Perhaps there was a dip in sales, and they thought, dip in sales. Because we had Spider-Man just a couple of comics before, and then suddenly we've got Wolverine. That smacks to me of throwing in a couple of guest stars to try and get more sales. Wow, is that a bad sign of what? Literally pausing. My brain just shut down for a second. Didn't even know what I was saying, and I kind of got back to what I was saying. That's scary. That's scary. Family Feud. Ultron's adamantium mate war toy. Oh dear. Just the concept of, I don't know, robot sex. It's basically what we're talking about. Adamantium mate. It's like war toy, sex toy. I don't bloody know what's going on there in my head anyway. But just kind of imagine Ultron and war toy getting down to the nuts and bolts. When Goliaths clash. I'm guessing Hank Pym has decided to use his size changing powers again. He must have worked out the kinks that was killing him. Guest starring Darkhawk, Claw, Morningstar, and the return of the Pacific Overlords. I don't remember Morningstar at all. Is that Morningstar? I'm guessing that's Morningstar. She seems to be attacking Darkhawk. Can't say I recall her. From the heavy metal pages of Iron Man, the newest West Coast member, War Machine. He's a war machine. He's a war machine. I think that's Kiss, War Machine, the song. I'm not sure though, no, it sounds too heavy for Kiss. The only one I know, because a band called Massacre did a cover of it. Can't remember the name of the EP it was on now. Inhuman Condition, I think it was called, maybe. Anyway. The Goddess Rules, an Infinity Crusade crossover. Yeah, the Goddess basically acted like she was all good and kind, and she sort of convinced some of the lighter, more positive, more religious superheroes to be on her sort of side, or be on her side. She kind of like charismaed them into joining her crusade. And it turned out she was just using people basically. I think, I'm not too sure, but basically she was the big bad. Even though she posed as being a good positive thing, she was the big bad of the Infinity Crusade. Getting hammered. Who's hammering who? Is this character called Hammer? I know there's a Justin Hammer, but maybe this character's called Hammer. Does that mean the same in America? Getting hammered. When you talk about getting hammered, when we talk about getting hammered in the UK, we talk about getting drunk. When you get really, really drunk, you're getting hammered. I wonder if that's got the same connotation there in the good old US of A. The agony of the agent. Getting his butt whipped. For the lethal legion, there is always time to kill. Oh yeah, full 90s mode. We've got metalized cover, embossed. In this issue, the death of an Avenger. This is 64-page anniversary blockbuster, Avengers West Coast 100. You probably won't be able to see a bloody thing because it's just shiny and yeah, it's not really conducive to seeing. But you've got Mephisto there by the looks of it, and in his hands we have the West Coast Avengers team. Let's see who dies. Does Mockingbird die? I can't remember now. I've got a fake feeling Mockingbird dying and somehow coming back to life. I can't remember now though. Does it say who dies? Ah, yeah. Yeah, it was her. Yeah, because there's her tombstone and there's Clint. Bobby Morse Barton, it says. So it must have been her that died. Blood Ties, part 3 of 4. Oh, I see. It's the third part of the X-Men Avengers crossover. So I don't know where part 1 and 2 were. War Machine and Exodus in the skies over Genosha. In the balance, the fate of the tiny war-torn island. Spider-Woman, Gambit, Beast, and Captain America. Oh, this is it. This is the end. This is the end, guys. Terminated. Avengers West Coast. When Avengers collide, the demise and fall of the Avengers West Coast. I'm not sure why Cap's hands are like that. I think he's resting on a table or something. He's resting on a table. And US agents wanted to lay one on him, and Iron Man stopping the US agent from punching Captain America. Right, we have a couple of annuals. West Coast Avengers annual number 1. He stands revealed, the traitor in our midst. Did this cross over with the other Avengers, maybe? But this is when Quicksilver was first shown to have gone mad, and he was the big hidden enemy in this annual. Yeah, I remember I was quite like, when I read it, I was like, oh, because I like Quicksilver. I thought Quicksilver was quite a cool character. But yeah, he was the bad guy. They do like to... I'm not really a fan of that crisscrossing of heroes to villains. And especially not the other way either, villains to heroes. I mean, not too much anyway. I mean, it's all right in small doses maybe. Right, West Coast Avengers annual number 8. Starring War Machine, introducing Raptor, Foul Prey. And they've got the card in there as well. So that's it, that's enough of that. That's enough, thanks for coming. Next time, I'll be going through my Superboy run. Yeah! Until then, though, have a great, amazing day, and may all your news be good news. Have a great amazing day. I'll have a great amazing day. Have a great amazing day. I hope you have a great amazing day.